Hey everybody, Rod Hillich here again with another restaurant series with Matt Blanchfield from Ceili's. How are you, Matt?
Doing well, Rob. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, actually, all things considered. Happy to see things are starting to open up here in the province and in the city, and that leads us to what's going on with you. So, what's happening with Ceili's right now?
We're just getting ready to reopen our 17th Ave location. Quite a process, understandably, but we're knocking items off the list right now.
Awesome. So that's the 17th Ave location. That's 17th Ave in what, 9th Street or is it 10th Street?
No, it's 9th Street. So
9th
right
Street.
where the old Classic Jack's location was, this
Yeah,
probably made famous by Classic Jack's. So it's
on the southeast corner there.
950 17th Ave, yes, southwest.
And so that one's going to be reopened as per the protocols, so 50% seating, things like that.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think it's important to note that 50% seating, not capacity. Definitely, I think we should throw the 50% number out the window because it's not that.
Yeah,
For example, this venue has 221 as its capacity.
yep,
At 50% capacity, that goes to 110. With the seating and table layout they want, we're at about 30% capacity if we're full at a time when we're full.
so that's something that people aren't thinking about because you say 50% seating, but when you consider how many tables and chairs you have to remove to get that physical distancing between the tables, you actually end up losing more than 50% of your seating.
Absolutely. I'm looking around our room right now, and a spot where we would normally be able to sit 40 people, we're now at 20, half that. As operators, we're hoping to be able to continue the online program. I'm speaking for all operators,
Yeah,
the delivery system and what people are using to get their product out. But we're kind of shooting for, I think 35% of last year's sales would be a really good job in
yeah,
this
in
kind
this
of
situation.
in this situation where we're at. So
Okay.
those numbers are frightening as an owner operator when you consider that the payments haven't changed for things we need, such as products, staff, rent,
Yeah.
insurance, everything else. It becomes financially very difficult if it wasn't difficult enough.
You're back on that as far as like rents and other costs are concerned. Has any of your landlords been able to help or come to the table as far as, furlough or, deferrals or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Our landlords have been great in helping us. So have all of our suppliers and partners, everything from, our janitorial services to our food suppliers, to our internet providers. They've all been great.
Awesome.
I think initially, that those were difficult conversations, but very constructive and good conversations.
Yep.
The problem is that it was all under the assumption that this wasn't going past 3 months, like we were going to reopen everything. And now we're in a position where we're looking like at these kind of numbers. And as I mentioned last time, we don't get it just open and double our sales. If anything, we're looking at 30% of sales for a much longer period of time than originally thought. That's kind of the scary part.
That's the harder part to opening is seeing a lack of sales for, till the fall or even till the end of the year. And, the cost crunch on you actually ends up probably being far more formidable than having just stayed closed sometimes for a lot of guys. And that's where you're hearing a lot of the narrative. There's a lot of restaurants that are opening on the 14th, or at least planning to. And there's a lot that aren't. They're just saying, well, we want to see what happens. We want to make sure there isn't a spike so that we're not spending $40,000 on inventory and bringing employees back just to turn around and do all the same thing we did 2 months ago.
When your offer to employees is, we don't have guaranteed hours, we don't know what traffic's going to look like coming through the doors, we don't know what the model looks like, there's no sporting events to draw the crowds in, and when there is, your crowds, like I said, at this location are going to be 70, 75 people max. Can you afford your life like that? And they're all
Yep.
saying, I'm staying on CERB or EI right now until this gets better. They want to know they're at least somewhat stable, and I don't think the current market's offering that right now. But
Well, I gotta tell you, given all the obstacles that all of you guys are facing, the ones like yourself and Chad opening a lot of the TMAC stuff and everything else, and it's the courage you guys take to take that step. It's the one thing that I keep saying about this industry is that you guys are tenacious, and as tough as the uphill battle is for all of you guys, you just continue to push and push and push, and that's awesome. It inspires me to keep doing these videos with you guys because it helps. Honestly, I was telling somebody the other day, it's been helping my mental capabilities and my mental health because it's given me something to do when there isn't a lot for me to do. It's also helping inspiring me to keep pushing our group forward too, because I'm gaining strength from all of you guys, and especially right now, the courage you guys have to reopen, and you're just kind of flying blind. I commend you guys on the courage, and especially you yourself, because you've been closed this whole time, not being able to do delivery or anything. You guys have a lot of strength in what you do, and I appreciate that. And thanks for inspiring me.
I appreciate that comment. I think, as senior operators, owners in the restaurant industry and bar industry, I think it's common knowledge that restaurants aren't easy. It's a hard job. There's lots of hours and commitment put into it. To be in this business, you have to be able to adapt quickly, be able to run change management. What we're seeing right now, the way we are going to operate and manage these businesses, and given what's happened in Calgary, especially since 2014,
yeah.
When you think you can't get any more blood from a stone, you find a way to do it. You have to, or your business sits idle and basically the world passes you by.
Yeah.
So for us, I think the fight comes from, there's a pride factor there.
Yep.
But we also have families at home. We have our employees, which, we have quite a few employees, given the sales that we do, and we're fighting for them and, what they're wanting to do with their lives, whether it's a career or rent or university or taking care of their family members. And I think that's why we dig down and bring this back up. So we came up with a new strategy, and it went over really well last week. So we decided that our new rooftop location, we have a wood-burning pizza oven in our kitchen up there.
So you're giving back to the community with pizzas. Tell us about that.
Basically, we decided that, we want people to test our product, test our pizzas. People might not think we have any business in the pizza world, being, our Irish roots. But we feel really confident in our product, and we wanted to be able to refuel some of those frontline workers, whether that's emergency services, nurses, doctors, the storefront cashiers or delivery drivers, and have them come to a curbside pickup, or really those in our community that are in need, and being able to support them, put a meal on their table for them to make this come true. And it's gone over really well. We had some great groups from AHS through last week picking up. We had some fire halls show up. We had individual nurses show up. I encourage anybody that's working in a hospital or AHS, just post our press release, which is on our website and your bulletin board, staff board. Communicate it. We don't do any screening. You just, hey, I'm a frontline worker. Pick your pizza, and we'll give you a time to come pick it up.
Awesome. That is so freaking awesome. Thanks, Matt. I love hearing stories like that. Matt, hey, dude, I wish you all the best of luck in the world. I will see you sometime next week, I'm sure. All the best to you and your partners. And, I hope that this starts to ramp up and that you guys can start adding more and more people so that you guys can get back to business. Because it's guys like you that are pushing our industry, or this industry. It's awesome to see. So thanks so much, Matty.
I appreciate it, Rob. You too. Cheers.
All right. Take care, buddy.
See you later.
Ciao.